Good morning, everybody. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. That's right, guys. Coming off a record-breaking weekend. Shout out to the city of Detroit doing the draft right. Everybody came together, had a good time. Boy, I got my steps in, walking around. That experience, boy, hey, it's real tough when you come on the east side of Woodward and you trying to get to the west side of Woodward. Those who was down there know that ain't no easy feat. It's not just crossing the street. But congratulations to the city of Detroit and all that was achieved. Record-breaking status. Just letting them know that we are draft town now, boy. I tell you that. We were really out there doing the thing. And it was a great experience for all who were involved. And I'm grateful for that, to have been part of that historic experience. I know many of you guys were as well. So what is today's Monday Motivation? It is, why lose belief now? Why lose belief now? I was watching the post game from the Celtics versus the Heat a few days ago. It wasn't the most recent game. And they asked Bam Adebayo how he was feeling, with Jimmy Butler being out and people just all believing that they were going to lose that first game in Boston. And he said, we've been doubted a lot through our playoff runs. Why lose belief now? Backs against the wall, our guys believe that we can win. Why lose belief now? Why do we do that? Why do we lose belief now? Brother Marshall, good morning, good brother. I could talk to you about that. Why do we always lose belief when we are the actual example and epitome of grace? Because we're still here. All that we've been through, all that we've overcome. How many times have you been sitting there saying, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to figure this out? How is this going to work? No belief whatsoever, thinking it can't happen. But yet and still, you are within a distance to hear my voice. Yet and still, you can go on today. Yet and still, you can get up on this Monday and start your week. Somehow, you made it. But why do we lose belief? I thought about that. I said, let me look into that a little bit. And with the research I began to do, because I always want to be able to make this evidence-based, I found some great information in Northwestern universities. How traumatic memories hide in the brain and how to retrieve them. Not to say we want to retrieve traumatic images and memories and all that stuff, but they can hide. The research says we deliberately forget about certain things on both an emotional level and even a spiritual level. Forgetting is a natural part of the human experience and natural function of the human brain. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know that there's not some shortcoming that we have as humans, that it's just natural, that the things that we go through and the challenges we face after we go through and we suppress it. I've had some what I would call tough times in my life that at the time I was going through it, I didn't know which way was up. I didn't know that there was any other feeling. I didn't know what was going on, but I was able to, get through that. Retrieving stressful memories in mice. There was a study they did with mice about how to be able to assist them and help them navigate what was going on. It was very interesting because they gave the mice a drug, and once they had the drug, that went back to that state of mind that they had, and that's called state-dependent learning. Okay, state-dependent learning, folks, occurs when a person recalls information more easily when in the same physiological, emotional state or setting as he or she was when they originally began encoding the information. Performance better on the test day if you're in the same classroom. They learn the information differently. So going back to those things, sometimes we can be triggered by a smell, by a sound, by a conversation, by going somewhere, and it takes you back to that. So it's not that we purposely forget. The human brain is just amazing in the sense that it does that. But I just want us to remember that as you go through your trials and tribulations, you have to ask yourself, why should I lose belief now? Because in most cases, you are where you are now because of something you overcame before. Something, a few months ago, a year ago, several years ago, you got through that. So why lose belief now? I thought something was very interesting. The song Journey's classic, Don't Stop Believing, officially declared the biggest song of all time. Now, what do they mean by that? They said that as of January 2024, RIAA quietly certified Journey's 1981 single Don't Stop Believing as 18 times platinum. This means the song has sold a certified equivalent of 18 million units via both physical copies and digital streaming across 42 years of history. And mind you, this is United States ranking, meaning that the world sales are even greater. Forbes magazine is officially given Don't Stop the Don't Stop Believing, the title, biggest song of all time. Now, isn't that interesting, folks, that the biggest song of all time is called Don't Stop Believing, meaning that this message resonated with people all throughout the country and all throughout the world, meaning we have to be reminded of not stopping believing. The human brain will protect us in many cases from the traumatic experience that we had by suppressing those. And we talked about that, what do we call it? The state-dependent learning that brings it out. Sometimes that state-dependent learning is a drink that you have or some other thing that you partake in that brings it out. You're like, oh, wow, remember that experience. Well, all I want to say to you guys today, just as we saw, Detroit break a record, don't stop believing. Why are we surprised we broke a record? We won championships before. The back-to-back, 89, 90 for the Pistons, 2004, the whole city came out. Remember them Thunder Sticks? I was with Governor Granholm's administration. People was going crazy over that. Go back to my childhood, 1984, when the Tigers won the World Series. The city came out for them. And I'll even go back to before my time, 1963, the march in Detroit that later led to Martin Luther King's March on Washington. We came out, we showed love, meaning don't be surprised about the success that's happening in your world. You just have to remind yourself, why lose belief now when you get down and it's rough and you don't know what to do? How can you be reminded of that? It was stated that action steps to take to remember God's blessings is a start a blessing or a gratitude journal. I always talk to you guys about, my 10-minute miracle when I get up in the morning. I write down, what I'm grateful for and my affirmations. That helps. But that whole idea of writing things down, we talked about that last week, the power of writing. Again, this is for those who want to be able to achieve more, get a little bit more going forward. Those things are very, very important. Also, too, creating small reminders going forward that can help you. What are these things that you're grateful for? A small reminder for me is just my daughter. Thinking about Madeline and all that she has going on. It's a good thing. Also, start a new dinner table tradition. When you sit down at the table, say, hey, you guys want to talk about what blessing you're grateful for? Tell me something great that happened today that you really appreciate. Start these new traditions, guys. We got to be proactive, and it's a small thing. It can go a long way. And better believe if you start it now, your children probably will continue that, and it will become a family tradition just from one small act. Start praying verses of blessings, talking about the blessings that are out there during your prayer time, during your meditation time, during your time of devotion, when you're looking to manifest things in your life, or just go outside for a walk. The weather is perfect for this right now. This is the time you can go out and go hang out and enjoy the good weather and all the stuff that's going on. These are things you can do to go forward. Got a couple comments I want to make sure I get. Got my brother. This is a deep conversation here. Needed to hear this message today, brother. You bless my heart when you tell me that I can share a message that's timely, that can be helpful. Why lose belief now? Think about so many things that we've been at the precipice and not knowing what's going to happen. We made it. My brother Ezra Bell in the building. Good morning, brother. How you doing, man? You got my guys with you. You got young Carter and Kingston in the building with you. Are they on their way to get picked up? Shout out to Ezra Bell. Shout out to Carter and Kingston. Two fine young men. Got a great dad that's there for him. He got so much wisdom to give. Better believe. So I want to wish you guys the best this morning, too. Shout out to Carter and Kingston. Also, Brother Marshall says, yeah, my family and my goals, I'm still chasing them. Yeah, we're going to continue to work towards achieving things, but guess what, Kev? The reason you're able to have something to go after, that's because you've achieved something else. So funny, man. We can say, Lord, give me this. Lord, let me have this, and then we get it. But again, what I'm saying at the outset of this conversation is not necessarily human error that we forget. It's just the psychology of the brain says, okay, let's suppress that. Let's put that somewhere else. But we got to remind ourselves, what is the greatest selling record of all time? Don't stop believing. You got to believe. What did Bam Adebayo say? Don't stop believing now. You done got to this point. Anybody within, earshot of my voice or whatever it may be, if you still standing, that means you are a testimony to overcoming tragic and almost impossible odds, but we're still here. Our mere existence as humans mean we overcame odds when we navigated those millions and millions of other sperm cells to get to this point. Yeah, I know I'm taking it back to some basic things, but I'm trying to give you these things to be reminded and let you know. Headed to the bus stop right now. You know it. Headed to the bus stop. Get the boys straight. You guys have a good day. But all I want to say, guys, is why lose belief now? Why lose belief in the ability to have great things happen? And a lot of that, you can't help it. Our brain does that, meaning we have to be proactive and remind ourselves. We have to be proactive and take a walk and be proactive and talk about the blessings you have around the dinner table. Be proactive and have some great things that you're praying for and meditating on. But why lose belief now? You came through so much, and you will continue to get through so much only because you're still trying to achieve more. Kevin say he's still chasing goals. That's right. Put them goals out there. And let's get to the point where we're not necessarily just actually chasing. We're at the point that we are living our lives until we meet. There's a big difference between chasing something, because that's insinuating that it's running away. Okay, we're big on language. So instead of chasing, saying I'm working to meet my goals. Meet somebody and chase somebody, two different things. Man, I met this girl at the club, man, I had to chase her around. Compared to we were able to meet and do that. I got my brother, Brother Bonds in the building. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you, Brother Bonds. He's talking about why lose belief now. My brother Kevin Marshall says true. It's just language you want to be specific, because guess what we do on this Monday Motivation? We talk, we share, but we're all about achieving more. We're all about bettering ourselves. This is a process that I go through by doing the research, working and sharing these things, and the feedback I get from you guys. So if there's more action to take, that's fine, because we're trying to move forward. Like we say, meet those goals. Be on a frequency where the goals that you have and who you are can meet, because you're working on that. Well, guys, I won't keep you too much on this Monday morning. Go out there and enjoy your day. I'm looking forward to getting over to Grand Ledge High School today to continue the SPS Edge Track and Field Tour. And yes, guys, January 20th. Don't have to go back in time. June 20th, my baby. It's June 20th. I'll be over at the East Lansing Library for the SBS State of Michigan High School Name, Image, and Likeness Transfer Report on Mental Health Town Hall. I want to talk about these issues that I'm heavily involved in. I want to help educate the population. I tell you what, it's a very noble cause, and I'm looking forward to being able to share so the state of Michigan can be better equipped to take advantage of these new opportunities. So with that being said, guys, go ahead and have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, have a great year, have a great life. Lindsay Ellis with SBS got nothing but love for you guys, and I'll see you next time. With that being said, the last thing I'll say is Tino, Brother Tino listening in. I appreciate you, Brother Tino. Hey, enjoy. You have a great day, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.